We know that this is not the first time TEDx is happening here. This is about the third edition. And from getting the license to getting sponsorship to connecting with speakers to getting people here to getting all the beautiful things you see here is something that is no ordinary feat. It's a lot of work. It's quite an industrious job. Now, of course, there always has to be a creator or a convener, someone who brings us all together, someone whose brainchild is this event, someone who ensures that everything comes together as one and we get the final picture. So please help me welcome the industrious, the driven, the focused, the Ernest Anobo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to invite to welcome you all to the third edition of TEDx UHAS conference. TEDx is a UHAS-based, independently organized TED community that started operating in 2018. So we had our maiden edition in 2018 August, and we also had our second edition in May 2022. So actually, this is our third edition, and I think we are growing from strength to strength. And for this year especially, we are honored by the assistance given to us by many people that are in the institution. We are so grateful, especially to our own Mother Teresa of UHAS, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Wan, as we affectionately call her, please, Professor Lydia Aziato, the Vice Chancellor of UHAS. We thank you so much for helping us organize this event. And we also thank our distinguished speakers. Some coming all the way from Accra, some who are very busy. But I mean, they were the first report. We are so glad and thank you so much. I also want to thank my team for helping organize the event. It's been very hard, but they've come through. And the theme for this year's event is about promoting the culture of distracting the school, promoting the culture of entrepreneurship. It's really about having the courage to pursue entrepreneurship as a career, having the courage to face the challenges that comes with running a business, having the courage to start something on your own after school. And I'm sure the distinguished business leaders and CEOs, entrepreneurs that we've invited as our speakers, I'm sure a lot of us will learn so much from them. So that after this program or after school, we can pursue entrepreneurship as a career. But not necessarily relying on the government for employment. So on this note, I officially welcome you all to the third edition of TEDx UHAS, and I hope you learn so much from our distinguished speakers. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Ernest. I'm sure we'll all learn a lot from today. So while we are here, let's keep the conversation active on social media via the handles at TEDx UHAS, on Twitter, on even Snapchat, everywhere, TEDx UHAS. The hashtag we are using for this event is TEDx UHAS 2023. There will also be a link forwarded to the participants group so that for those of you who have questions, our speakers can address all of that once we get up and running. We would also like to acknowledge a few of our sponsors: West FM, Farley's Fruit Pay. I'm sure we all know Farley's Fruit Pay. Beautiful smoothies that will have you wanting more. You taste one, your life is never the same again. You always need to keep going back for more. We have Olala Cuisine as well. Beautiful food, new spots towards Powerhouse. We have Supercare Specialist Hospital just right here near King's Filling Station. It's a specialist obstetrician and gynecologist hospital. And if you need any such medical services, you can, of course, go there. So moving forward, of course, I'd like to call on a co-organizer of this event, Mr. Emmanuel Enim, to give us his acknowledgments.
Hello. Hello, everyone. You are once again welcome to TEDx UHAS. And as he said, I'm Enim Emmanuel, the co-organizer for this lovely event. This beautiful event came about, the idea started last 2-3 months ago. And behind the scenes, we've had a couple of dedicated fellows, volunteers who have brought us this far. They've turned this idea into this beautiful reality we are seated in. And we would like to acknowledge every single volunteer and team leader and team member out there. So if you are a volunteer, team member, team leader, kindly come, let's acknowledge you. Hello, the team leaders and team members, please come on. All right, so we'll do a quick introduction of the team leaders, then we move on. All right. Okay, then move.
All right, thank you very much. I think I've introduced myself already, but once again, my name is Harris Ohene-Nyako. I'm Deputy Marketing Head for TEDx UHAS 3rd edition 2023. You're welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Victor Kofi-Nogbeji. I'm a level 400 PA student, and I'm the marketing team lead. Thank you.
My name is Prince Akoto. I'm a final year medical student, and I'm the event planning lead. Thank you.
I already introduced myself, but my name is Roger Max Kodutret. I'm a level 500 medical student. I'm the co-organizer for this event. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ohema Chum, a level 600 medical student, and I'm the project manager. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Enes Kujanobo. I'm a 5th year Doctor of Pharmacy student, and I'm the lead organizer for the event.
My name is Jomo Kailianan, and I'm a level 200 dietetics student, and I'm a volunteer for TEDx UHAS.
All right. So again, I'm Enim Emmanuel, final year medical student, co-organizer of TEDx UHAS 2023. All right. Thank you and welcome once again.
Hello? Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Enim, level 600 medicine, who has acknowledged and then welcomed each and everyone by introducing all the organizers that brought this day and then this event, making it happen. All of us here, you're all welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is TEDx UHAS, an independently organized TED event by UHAS. We'd like to continue as quickly as possible by inviting the lead organizer again to introduce our special guest of honor, that is the Vice Chancellor for UHAS. If we have Ernest Anobo here, a round of applause for him as he comes to introduce the VC. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker for our event. She is the first professor of nursing. She's also the first female professor to be a vice chancellor and the first female vice chancellor of UHAS. And most of all, she's our Mother Teresa. So join me in welcoming our vice chancellor for the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Those at the back, can we fill the front seats so that the pictures can be nice? Can you move forward? Just move forward, please. If there's an empty seat in front of you, move forward. My people, can you fill that seat, please? Move forward, move forward. So that the pictures will be nice.
Hello?
The children, move forward. Those on this lane, move forward. The organizers, help them to move forward. So that those who come late can join us. That empty seat in front of you, just move forward, please. Is an empty seat in front of you, move forward. Thank you very much. So once again, good morning and welcome to the University of Health and Allied Sciences. On behalf of management, we want to especially welcome our guests, especially those who are coming from other regions to the university. And we also want to thank the speakers for responding to the call of the organizing team. And many thanks to the organizers, all the team leaders for the efforts that you are making. It's unfortunate that your colleagues are not here, and I'm particularly disappointed. I thought that the room would be very full, but it's fine. The fewer, the merrier. So I was asked to speak a little on how we promote entrepreneurship. And I wrote something initially, but yesterday in the night, I decided to change. I'm not going to read what I wrote initially. I just want to have a conversation with you. The first is that if you want to succeed with anything, it should be that there's a need for what you want to do. There's a problem you want to solve. So that need, that gap, if you assess the situation, the context, the environment very well, and you identify that need, you will succeed. And what you do, for me, is not only, somebody says entrepreneur is about vocational, you are doing something with your hands. No, you can sell ideas, you can sell your skills, you can sell your brain power. It is all about entrepreneurship. So it's not about having a physical business like I'm opening a salon or no, I don't believe that. And so it means that when you identify the need and the gap, the problem, then you need to develop the skills that will go to solve the problem. And nowadays, we talk about team building efforts. So you alone may not be able to solve the whole problem that you identified. And so when you have a team with multiple skills, you succeed better than you going alone, okay? It depends on the problem that you identified. And so at the end, I'm very, very passionate about how you brand and package what you want to do. And so marketing skills become very, very important. So the students, as you level 600, 400, you are finishing. There is also a problem with employment these days because of the financial clearance, the economic issues of the country. So you need to be able to have something doing to make some coins for yourself. Most importantly for me is your commitment to ethics and integrity, credibility. And remember that this university, issues about integrity is our number one. So no matter what you do, don't forget these. Some of you, your parents gave you 1,000 cedis. Within the 5th week or the 6th week, the 1,000 cedis is finished. What is your skills when it comes to financial management, budgeting? how you spend. So if you want to be a good entrepreneur, you need to have skills in how you manage funds. If you don't do that well, then it means you can't survive within this space. I also don't believe that you should give up on the first attempt. If you talk to those who have made it, I'm sure the speakers will allude to this during the day. They didn't just make it the first day. So that spirit of resilience, persistence, that you don't give up when things are not going well the first time, should be parts of the journey as you grow. I also wish that you take issues about technology, social media, and how you innovate in the problem that you want to solve. You see, you can solve a problem today. I used to use the same procedure to solve it tomorrow. Your business will go down. So as you start solving the problem, you have to add research to ask yourself, what else can I add? What else can I do differently? And that is what I'm talking about, making the service or the problem you are solving, bringing in modernity and innovation. But I also believe that every entrepreneur, I'm sure those who speak, you find this trait in them, should be bold. And I haven't seen an entrepreneur who is very timid. You can't even talk. Hey, what kind of entrepreneur is this? So you have to develop your communication skills, your verbal, non-verbal communication skills. You have to be confident. You have to be bold. You have to show that you can do it or you are capable of doing what you say you will do. And then towards the end, I also put here learning from your mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, it means that you are not learning. There's nothing new. I also am not saying that you should make mistakes every day. But when there's a mistake, it means that you can learn to make things better. Overall, I think that you should be open-minded. Some of you are afraid that if I go this way, somebody will talk about me, or in an entrepreneur, that idea is not what takes them forward. And last but not the least, know that there's always competition. So the problem you are solving today, if you don't add innovation, if you don't add modernity, somebody will come and solve the same problem better, and you'll be out of business. So because of the competition in the area of entrepreneurship, it is important, very, very important, that you maintain your space, always thinking about what can I do better? What can I do that somebody else have not thought about? If you don't do that, you stay out of business. So on this note, because we have seasoned experts who have worked within the space and they have practical experiences to share with you, I want to wish you the best of the day, and I hope that at the end, give me 5 years, 10 years, UHAS alumni will have very, very, very credible entrepreneurs among you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. So don't be afraid. Don't give up the first time. What problem can I solve? What can I do that someone hasn't done before? Oh, please, you can do it better for our Vice Chancellor. So just a quick shout out to our sponsors, Will Elec Company Limited. Their CEO, Mr. Wilson Enuma, who is a civil engineer, has done so well for us. Yazar Paint Regional Distributors, as well as Weave Wire Distributors for both Volta and the OT regions. They also do interior decor in hotels and deal in real estate as well. ACT Pathology Consults, their hallmark is accuracy, completeness, and timeliness. 5 branches across Ghana, from Accra to Tamale, headed by Professor Patrick Akakpo, who is a renowned pathologist at UCC Medical School. Now, I know a few of you might think, why don't we have a podium here? If you've been to previous TEDx events or watched other TEDx events, what we prioritize is more of an open space engagement so that the speakers are free enough to move around, connect with us a bit more naturally, talk to us, pierce into our souls, and let them and enable us understand what they are truly about. And so that is why we have this X marks the spot round carpet here, serving as where, they can move around and connect with us. But before we proceed with the next agendum on the lineup, I would like to also know the expectations for those of us who are attending this event. I think I can see my good friend Abbas. So Abbas, please, tell us, what are your expectations for today's event?
Okay, my name is Idris Abbas. As we all know, the speakers for this noble initiative for today is, I think I expect something nice, something awesome. He's supposed to teach me, and at the end, I will say thank you, and it's worth coming.
Nice and awesome. Does anyone have something else to share? What they're expecting? You have something? Oh.
Conference or this event, I'll get to speak to some of the speakers, and then I'll listen to what they've
then you must be somebody who is very innovative. Innovation is key to a successful business. If you want to run a business and succeed, you must be very innovative. Why am I saying that? When you start business, know very well that you are not the only one that is going to have the same business. Others will also come into the industry with the same thing that you are having. But the only thing that will bring the difference is how innovative you are. What can you do different from what others are doing to get people patronizing your product or your business? And it is about innovation or change. So there can be a product, there can be a business. You also come into the scene to have similar business. But what difference are you bringing? What difference are you bringing? There must be a change in how it is done. And that change must come from you if you have the entrepreneurial mindset. If you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you always want to be on top. You always want to come out with something new. You always want to be ahead of others. And that is what we mean by innovation and change. The power of an entrepreneurial mindset, you must look at envision a world where individuals transcend the ordinary. As I earlier on said, you need to change the already existing models into something new that will bring a difference. Transforming an ordinary something into something that everybody will see as something new really should to us that indeed you have a skill as an entrepreneur. There are businesses that are existing. Some of them are following the old way of running the business. I can tell you it won't be long. Such businesses will not exist. Anyone that always look for a new way of doing things or improving upon the already existing way of doing things will always be on top. Personally, I'll share my experience. I am into real estate, and I'm aware that there are other real estate companies that were there before we came in. But what did we identify? We realized that there is a technology that is missing here in the region. There are people who are into real estate that are concentrating on selling land just as we are also doing. But I noticed that there is a need for something to be done in a way to attract more people to have interest in the real estate company. And that prompted us to start a project which we call the Gulf City Project, Airport Gulf City Project. When you get there, you realize that the first thing we did was to put up a police station, a restaurant, and some other amenities when you get there, which is a gated community. So anytime people are traveling and they see the look of the place, it attracts them. I'm sharing this because it has done a magic. But we're having a customer base of over 3,000 within 2 years. Which I realized Never happened in this region before when it comes to real estate business. So that the technology we use or the model we use really work. And I realized that it is because of the idea that I got during the COVID period. I'm talking about 2020, between 2020 and 2022. That was when we started, that was when we started the Gulf City project, and it was the same period that we were able to, sail through and have a huge customer base because of the innovative idea that we brought on board. I'm sure when I'm doing the presentation, I'm going to share more about that. I'm just linking it to the fact that you must have an innovative idea and also turn ordinary things into extraordinary things. Now, one other thing I want us to know, I think we are jumping, right? Okay. One other thing I want us to know is that as an entrepreneur, what you need to do is to nurture ideas. So you may have ideas, but then you need to what? Nurture it. It is not just about having ideas and that ends it. You need to what? Nurture it, as in work on it, to bring it into being. I know people who have dreams of owning certain businesses and companies, but then it's just a thought that they are having and it ends there. There is a need to nurture it. What do you want to see? Where do you want to be? What model do you have to use to get there? You need to nurture it. And there are a lot of things that can contribute to nurturing your idea. For instance, you are here in school, and I'm sure whatever you are studying here is in a way going to help you nurture whatever idea that you have. You are not just here to learn courses that you focus only on, health, but then it should be an opportunity for you to be able to nurture other business ideas, whatever you are learning. You can also nurture the ideas through attending programs like this, or conferences like this, or events like this. We call something soft skills and hard skills. And one of the ways to nurture your ideas as an entrepreneur is to get these soft skills. And these soft skills are not things you learn in the classroom. You learn them out of classrooms. You attend programs. Some of the soft skills, you need not to learn it from the class, but when you look at people, the way they go about whatever they are doing, you also pick it. Issues like public speaking, nobody will sit you down and teach you. But you need to look at how it is done anytime you find yourself at programs like this. So nurturing your idea is very, very important as an entrepreneur. And I also want you to know that entrepreneur mindset is a necessity. It's very important. It is very important. If you don't have the entrepreneurial mindset, there is no way you are going to succeed in your business. It's a necessity. It's very important. There are things that are necessities that we cannot deal without them. If you don't have a certain mind as an entrepreneur, there is no way you will succeed. What am I trying to say? As an entrepreneur, you must decide that you are giving in all your time. And so when you decide that you are giving in all your time to whatever you are doing, you will succeed. But there are people who call themselves business owners who I can say they are not entrepreneurs. Because if you really have entrepreneurial mindset, you will not still be sleeping at certain times. There are people that can sleep. Even when it's 8 a.m., they are still sleeping. Myself, I can share an experience with you, the way I live my life. I'm young. Somebody said I'm young, that's why I'm living my life like that. But I think it's because such people don't really have the entrepreneur mindset. If you really want to achieve something and you really want to see something different from what is happening around, then you must tell yourself that I am sacrificing certain things, my time, my comforts, family, and everything. Because personally, I told myself one thing, that if I really want to become like certain entrepreneurs, then I really need to give all my time to it. I sleep sometimes around 11 p.m. And when it's 4 a.m., I'm awake. I pray, then prepare, then I leave the house for work. By 6 a.m., sometimes if I'm late, by 6:37, I'm at work. That time, I'm sure somebody is now changing the gear to sleep again. So you realize that my work is now my everything. And because of that, I am seeing results. So people will be surprised. This guy, he just started business and suddenly, like, everything is just working. They will not understand. Sometimes I meet colleagues from the same school and say, so you are doing it. There is one thing that I always tell them, is that I've decided to take the path of entrepreneurship. And I am devoted to it. So, if you don't have that mindset, you can't succeed as an entrepreneur. I'm sure we are here to learn. And I'm sharing my experience with you that if you don't give your all in all to what you want to do, there is no way you will succeed. Now, it's also a driving force behind progress and key to unlocking opportunity. Entrepreneur mindset is the driving force. It's the driving force for you to, identify opportunities. If you don't have the entrepreneur mindset, you can have business opportunities around, but you will see it. I always come out with new things. I always come out with things that will blow people's mind. And people are saying that, this guy, you are into so many things, you are into so many things. It's because I have the entrepreneurial mindset. I am always thinking about what's new to do. I'm always thinking about what to do to make a difference. Wow. Thank you. My time. Now let me summarize. I always think of what to do new. Because I can tell you, if you want to succeed in a business, you must think of diversification. Go into so many things, or think of so many things that you can get involved in. You can have a concentration. Why am I saying this? There are times that the unexpected will happen. And if you have other areas of concentration, I'm sure that you will not be blown away as an entrepreneur. So I always look for business opportunities or areas that we need to go into that are very lucrative, that will help. And so if you have an entrepreneur mindset, you'll always be looking for new opportunities or areas. But if that mindset is not there, you will see opportunities, but you will never, identify it. For instance, people think that Volta region is not a place for business, but I can tell you there are a lot of business opportunities here. I've started my real estate 2014, and I can tell you the past 2 years, I've achieved so many things, and it's as a result of the mindset that I am having. And so to summarize my presentation, to have an entrepreneurial mindset, you must really decide that you want to succeed and give in all your time. Give in all your concentration. Give in all your focus. There may be challenges. There may be challenges. But then, don't allow your challenges to distract you. As our VC rightly said, I mean, I have a lot of things to present, so I'm just surprised the time is gone. I'm just surprised, and I'm limited. I have to sincerely say it. I'm limited because the main things are there. Maybe just run us through the slides so that we go. There's an 80 minutes out. Hey. All right, that's fine. So recognizing failures as stepping stones to success. Your failure must be a stepping stone to what? Your success. You must fail. Every businessman has ever failed. Myself, I've failed before. I did one business, it didn't work, and I started a real estate company, and more than 10 years now, I am succeeding. So you must fail and learn lessons and move on. As an entrepreneur, have it in mind. It's very important. And entrepreneurship is beyond business venture. It's what? A life philosophy. And it's a journey. It's not just about business. You must contribute to society, as you are an entrepreneur, not just for a business. And personally, because I decide to be an entrepreneur, you can see my profile. The program I even read at the PhD level is what? Business administration, concentration on entrepreneurship, because it's a journey and you have to learn. So I decided to, go into these areas to have the knowledge. I'm reading law because I believe that as an entrepreneur, you need a little knowledge when it comes to legal issues. You need a little knowledge when it comes to finance, because if you employ people and they are making their tricks and they are cheating, how do you know? So as an entrepreneur, it's a journey, and make sure that you open yourself to so many things and you will succeed. I think our time is up. When it's question and answer time, maybe I may have the opportunity to touch the other ones.
Hello.
Thank you for your audience.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for Reverend Adonai. Let's do it better for him as he goes back. Thank you so much. So I think with Reverend Adonai, we have experienced and then learned something regarding development or developing an entrepreneurial mindset, where you'd have to think about something that you want to do, nurture the idea that you have in mind into becoming a reality, and at the end of the day, having a driving force, setting up yourself and then moving ahead regarding entrepreneurship, setting up something. It's not all about business. It's not all about trying to make something for yourself, but trying to earn as well. Make sure that you are earning as well. I think we'll take Reverend Adonai's PowerPoint after he's leaving so that we can share it with the rest of us and then also learn a thing or two. A round of applause for Reverend Adonai, please. So I think I would like us to, pause a bit regarding our talks and then invite our musical interlude. We have a fine lady who is willing to sing to us and then show us something regarding entrepreneurship. She's also trying to do something with her voice. I would like us to please welcome Miss Juliet Esinam Atiana to present to us a nice song. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So please, this is a medley of 3 songs. Let's pay attention to the lyrics and enjoy.
I'm unstoppable. I'm a portion with no praise. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't today. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. When we were kids in the backyard, playing astronauts and rock stars, no one told us to stop it. Called us unrealistic. And suddenly you're 18. Go to college for your plan B. What you want is too risky. Live for weekends and whiskey. We all got these big ideas. One day they're replaced with fear. How did we get here? Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's your life that you make it. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. But save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream. Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's your life that you make it. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. And if it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Well, save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream. If there's something you wanna do, just do it. Don't let your head stop your heart from moving. If there's someone you wanna talk to him. Who knows who we'd be if we just live more and love more. We all just need to live more and love more. So if there's something you wanna do, just do it. Don't let your head stop your heart from moving. If there's someone you wanna talk to him. Who knows who we'd be if we just live more and love more. We all just need to live more and love more. Ooh, you're unstoppable. And you're a Porsche with no brakes. You're invincible. And you win every single game. You're so powerful. You don't need batteries to play. You're so confident. You're unstoppable today. You're unstoppable. You're a Porsche with no brakes. You're invincible. Yeah, you win every single game, and you're so powerful. You don't need batteries to play. You're so confident, and you're unstoppable today. Unstoppable today.
Thank you so much, Miss Juliet Esinam Atiana. That was a wonderful one. Thank you so much. We'd like to continue with our second speaker as quickly as possible. A short profile about the person before I invite the person to speak with us. She has been in media, journalism, and as a presenter for 21 years. She is the leader and now the global director for Oxford Africa Women in Leadership Institute. She is a member of the USA Alumni of the Ghana Journalists Associations. She is also a board member for Global Chambers. She's a speaker at BBC Big Talk and a multiple award winner. She is also Bloomberg trained, if you know what Bloomberg is. An investigative journalist for American State Department, a board member for CSIRB, and an advocate for women equally as a matter of development and not just closing the gender gap. She is also a woman, a graduate of the University of Cape Coast with Masters in Oil and Gas, and a wife with Tuki. Ladies and gentlemen, a resounding round of applause as we welcome Mrs. Odilia Intiamwa as she comes up here. She's talking on marketing and then business strategies, so I would encourage you all to listen and then be good about it. She's followed by her daughter. You're welcome.
Because I'm a storyteller, I want this to be memorable, and I don't want to leave here without you remembering this day. About 7 years ago, I was here in the university, and I was talking to your Vice Chancellor about my visit here. I was 9 months pregnant, just 4 days to deliver, and this is the result that I decided to present to you. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be talking on strategy and marketing. And her name is Ayeyi. Thank you, Ayeyi. You can take it.
Thank you, Ayeyi.
At age 6, my parents were divorced, and we lived in a village. In 1994, I came to Accra for the first time. And in Accra for the first time, I couldn't speak a straight sentence in English. I had to be strategic. So in JSS 1, I decided to borrow books from my friends to read. And I had better read quickly, because in a week, I would have to return that book. And so, having had no experience reading, I'll have to read really quickly and make sure that the next person is able to exchange the book. Right there in Accra, my father was a teacher, and as a teacher's daughter, my father didn't have enough money to commute us to school all the time. A single father, we have to walk several miles to make sure that we're in school, and in school to study. Quick steps forward, I went to a Brigel Secondary School. As someone who had come to Accra not being able to speak English, I qualified to go to a school where we were taught to speak English throughout. This is strategy yielding results. From a Brigels, I went to the University of Ghana, where I needed to be strategic again. In the University of Ghana, I went to C24 to a certain young man called Black Boy. And Black Boy, we had gone to visit him, and through that visit, Black Boy had said, "Madam, you have a beautiful voice. Why don't you join Radio Universe and become a journalist?" That was an accident, but it was a strategy. Strategically, I had to take advantage of the opportunity and see what life presents. And life is presenting to you today a strategic opportunity. And if you decide to take it, it will be merely your business. If you don't take it, it will be your business, but everybody will be moving forward. And if others have moved forward with the same playing field and with the same opportunities that you are receiving today, you will have no one to blame. So I took the opportunity and started working as a student journalist. By level 300, I had gotten the opportunity to work with City FM as a journalist, full-time, working full-time as a secretary for my hall, Ekwafu Hall. I was voted to become a secretary for Ekwafu Hall. And from there, also still working full-time with a team at Radio City FM. From City FM, I moved straight away to work with TV3. And at TV3, I learned too many things. I have walked 7 hours in northern Ghana. I have been to places where Northerners don't know, called a place where nobody would want to visit. I have walked 7 hours and been on moto for 5 hours just to go and cover one story. And that one story and the many others that I have covered actually present me with what is called the differentiator. As you step out of this university, you've got to ask yourself, what is your differentiation? What makes you different? What are you offering to the whole of Ghana? What are you offering to the whole of Africa? And what are you offering to the world? God has made you someone who has a differentiator, and it depends on whether you would want to take advantage of these opportunities or not. A great and rare opportunity for you today. An opportunity where I was in the university in 2001 and I did not have. An accidental opportunity of meeting someone who thought I had a good voice has now landed me a job. And a job where I have to have the opportunity to cause a difference. Otherwise, I have too many competitors who are my colleagues. The Emma Morrisons, the Nanaba Namoas, the Bridget Otus, and I had to do something to make my differentiation. And that is the world that you're going into. A world where you will have so much competition because of artificial intelligence, because of social media, because of the wealth of knowledge that is abundant currently. And if you do not cause a differentiation, you are actually going to be in great trouble. So, as a matter of causing the differentiation, I decided that I have got to do things that other journalists have no courage to do. I moved out of TV3 in 2016, and by 2017, I became a member how can we get them? They noticed that the young generation that was taken away by City FM was their audience. Where were they sitting? On digital media. And how do they get them? They've got to meet them there. So they came up with a strategy. Take it and you've got to run with it. From the She Economy project, what we are currently doing is forming a huge community. We are close to 3,000 women across 36 African countries, and what we are providing for these women are in 3 areas: access to markets, access to technical support, and access to finance. And thank you, you just provided that for me, access to finance. And access to finance simply is supposed to help these women to expand and grow their businesses. Based on this community that we have built, we have had, 3 days ago, we've had calls from the Bank of Ghana, we've had calls from the USAID, Ghana Exim Bank, almost every important company in the country and beyond the shores of Ghana are reaching out to us. They are reaching out to us not because we're saying nice things. They are reaching out to us because we have a community. They believe that we have a relationship with these women, and whatever they would want to communicate to these women, whether it is finance products, whether it is marketing products, whether it is service, they know that it is only us that can reach them because we have a relationship. Today I present to you relationship marketing, and for me,
So I'm talking on starting a business, the basics. So I would like to share a personal story. These events are very important because my personal story changed when I took part in Albert Okran's Springboard Roadshow 2010. That time I was in the University of Cape Coast, level 100, studying Doctor of Optometry. And my mindset about business changed. From that day, I told myself, I'm not going to work for anybody. I want to work for myself. So, before the slides will come, I worked for only 3 months, and I resigned from my work, and then I opened my first business, which is Salera, IMED, and Optical Supplies. That was in 2017. So I finished school in 2016. 2017, I had my own business. And fast forward, I opened my second business, Salera Transport. And it's a very funny story for Salera Transport. In doing business, I made some money, so I decided to at least bless myself with a car. So I bought a nice car for myself, and my friends kept coming for the car for wedding. Yeah. So I fill the tank, I give to them for their weddings. They bring the car back without filling it back. So I got pissed. So I was like, why not put car on rent so that I generate revenue? So that's how I started Salera Transport. So my slides are not here. So can I have my phone? Okay. Yeah, this one. Okay. Okay. Right. So good. So starting a business, the basics. So I'm just going to share 5 ladders to becoming a successful business person. So the first one is the pain or the problem. The pain or the problem. So that's the first step of every businessman. So look around yourself. Look for an opportunity. See how you can take advantage. He is making activated charcoal out of coconut waste. You go and buy coconut, you see the waste all over. So he has transformed that coconut into a smokeless charcoal. And he's making millions out of it. And he exports it outside. Okay. So then, how did I open Salera IMED? I saw an opportunity when I was having my internship at Trafalgar here in the eye clinic. So I realized that aside Trafalgar, the only private hospital was Foresight. And Foresight wasn't accepting private health insurance. So I said, fine, after school, I'll open a clinic. So when I open a clinic, then I'll be able to accept private health insurance. So those who have those cards can have access to me. So I was the facility, the only eye care facility that started accepting private health care insurance in Ho before new eye clinics started coming in. Right? You've heard of caveman watches? You've heard of caveman watches? He saw a huge gap because in Africa, there are no indigenous watch brands. So though he was selling watches, he was just selling normal watches around. So he saw a gap. And he filled that gap with what? Caveman watches. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, always look for opportunities. Next slide. Okay. Always look for opportunities. Move. Yeah. The next one. So these are the steps you are going to go through. There are a lot, but I'll just summarize them. So first, identify the pain and problem. Draw a business plan. Right. So you see that's what he has transformed coconut husk into what? Charcoal. That's me. And then this is another opportunity for Caveman. So he saw a gap in the market. And he's a big brand now. Just Google on Caveman watches and see the big, he's a whole guy. That's the beautiful part of it. He grew up in Ho.
Right, so let's move. Good. So the next step is for you to draw a business plan. The reason why a lot of businesses are failing now is because they don't have a plan. So I just want to do something, you don't have a laid out plan, you enter, then you're moving in circles. Moving in circles, by the time you realize in 2-3 years, the business fails. So before you can start a business and ensure that it becomes sustainable, our tastes are changing. So you need to be innovative, become creative to ensure that you meet the needs of your customers. So this is what I'm using currently. I've changed it several times. To provide a one-stop shop, that's my eye clinic, with what? Reduce waiting times. When you come to my eye clinic, you don't waste so much time. At first, when you want to get your spectacles, they'll tell you, oh, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, come back for your spectacles. But I've devised the means. What do I do now? I've stocked so much lenses, which requires a lot of capital, such that sometimes, if your order is a normal order, you come to the eye clinic, you do the test for you, you can get your glasses that day. If you are sitting down, you can just wait for your glasses and go away with it, if it's not a special order. So that's the difference I've made, such that when you come to my clinic, I ensure you get your glasses and you walk away. Not that go and come back, no. Now, there's a better doctor-patient ratio. I ensure when you come to my clinic, within a short period of time, less than 20 minutes, you are off because we have a lot of engagement. And then we are expanding to create more consulting rooms. Very soon, we open a bigger place, right? And then we ensure that our prices, though the quality is good, is accessible to every social class of individual. So for market women, for professors, for doctors, we ensure that we have stocked enough frames such that when you walk in, we can meet your budget. And we have other parts. Who are you going to partner with? What activities are you going to engage with? What resources do you need? You look at the cost, look at the revenue stream. So I'll share a comprehensive document with the organizers, then you can better appreciate this. Next. Let's go. Now, this is the biggest part of it. A lot of you, if I ask you, do you have a business idea? You say yes. Why are you not implementing it? Because I have no money. That's the challenge we have. So these are a lot of funding sources. We have grants, we have personal finance, but my brother, my sister, the part of the country in which we are, if you are looking for funding from somewhere, you won't get it. Unless, of course, maybe you have a rich uncle or a rich auntie somewhere who will help you. So what did I do myself? When I was in university, I did a lot of businesses. I've sold phones before, I've sold laptops before, and I was selling glasses because I'm an optometrist, so I was selling glasses. Sometimes, when I was in university, I can come to Accra like 4 times in a week. I sometimes mix lectures. I'm not saying you should mix lectures, but I knew what I was looking for. So I come to Accra, go to offices, sell spectacles to people, and I was saving. Why I was doing that? Because I told myself I don't want to work for anybody, I want to work for myself. And I'm not from a rich family, so I have to finance it myself. So when I wanted to start a business, let me share this fast story. When I wanted to start a business, I resigned. I could remember I had only 40,000 in my account. So I felt that fine. With 40,000, when I go to the bank, I'm saving. I said I want a loan, they'll give me. I will not mention the brand, the bank brand. They said, no, they can't give me money. I went to another one, no, they can't give me money. So fine, I told my dad that I'm resigning from my company. I want to come and open my own clinic in Ho. So, what? Who is going to support you? Yeah, that was it. My kid sister is here. She will tell you. Who is going to support you? So I started with 40,000 cedis. That's what I say it everywhere. That's how come I started Salary Ahmed with 40,000 in my account. I started buying equipment, started doing things. I remembered to my mom. My mom was the one who looked for the shop for me. She scrapped it. Yeah, but she's no more to enjoy, you see? Now, so that's how come I started. So the only thing is that try and save. All I'm trying to say is that if you want to become an entrepreneur in our part of the world, you need to save. That's what I did and it worked for me. You need to save because if you are looking for someone to give you money, you won't get it. Now, as your business is growing, you need to analyze and see what can help you innovate. So look at your business. Look at the strength of your business. We call it the SWOT analysis. Look at the strength of your business. What do you have that the other people don't have? What resources do you have that your competitors don't have? Because, trust me, as a business person, what you are doing, Dr. Arunai said it. What you are doing, someone else is doing it. So what makes you unique for them to come to you? So you look at your strength, where you are good at, and maximize those strengths to ensure that you have a competitive edge over your competitors. Now, look at your weaknesses. What are you not doing well? Are you understaffed? Are you less resourced? Then you blend the strengths and the weaknesses and see how you can transform those weaknesses into strengths. The next is opportunities. Even as you are running a business, look around that same business and see and accept opportunities in that business. If you have the mindset to diversify, look at other viable opportunities that will ensure that when you invest money into it, the returns will come. So those are some of the opportunities. Now, the threats. Most often than not, you have less control over it. Let's say, for instance, you are running a business and COVID-19 happened. It affected a lot of businesses. Those are threats. External factors. Your competitors are your threats. Those you are competing with. Right now, after my clinic, I think I have about 4 or 5 competitors now after I opened. So those are threats. So how do you transform those threats to become an opportunity for you to maximize profits? Right? Issues concerning legality. Have you registered your business? Do you pay your tax? Dr. Anum said that if they want to get you, if the government wants to get you, it's through the tax and the Senate. Do you pay tax for your workers? Do you pay Senate for your workers? Those are threats. So you need to ensure that you are doing all these things in line with the legal framework in which you are operating. Next. So, move on. So now the last step is this. Whilst you are making money, don't mix your personal money, don't mix the business money with your personal money. People are running businesses and they don't have an account. So every money is in one account. When they want to buy dresses, they go and take from it. When they want to buy shoes, they take from it. Family issues, they take from it. Trust me, your business will collapse. So let me just give you some few steps on how to reinvest your profits. 1, business improvement. Ensure that when a client goes and comes back 1 month, he doesn't come and meet the same thing. You should see a change in your business. There should be improvement. You should invest money in improving your business. Be innovative, be creative. See opportunities in the business and help improve. Next, marketing. No, come back. Marketing. You cannot light a candle and cover it. People are doing businesses and then no one has said about them before. I am here, I have clients that I do spectacles for all the way in Boku. I am in Ghana, I do spectacles and send to people in the US. Why? Because of social media. I sit in my room, I put my posts, and I get people from every part of the country, even worldwide, to get my products. Invest in yourself. I'm an optometrist. I have no business background. So when my accountant brings together, I don't really appreciate it. Balance sheet and return on investment, I don't understand. So that made me to invest in myself to go and study MBA, entrepreneurship and innovation. So that at least I can understand the figures when they bring it. Now I appreciate the figures when they bring it. You understand? So you have to invest in yourself. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again because the taste of clients keep changing. So you also have to change to meet those demands. Invest in your team. Do workshop for them, how to treat customers right, how to account. Invest in your team. Once in a while, take them on holidays, let them enjoy. Part of the profits, you understand? It will motivate them unconsciously to work better for you. Create a cash buffer. You must have an account as a businessman so that you can fall on when things become difficult. A lot of businesses collapsed during the COVID time because they didn't have any cash buffer. If you have cash buffer and inflows are not coming in, you can rely on that to at least pay your workers. Even if it is 50% salary, they understand the situation. Because imagine during COVID-19 time, hotels were not running. How did hotels survive? So you need to, as a business person, have a cash buffer so you can fall on in terms of difficulties. Don't diversify too early. I'm not saying you shouldn't diversify, right? Dr. Bright has diversified so much and it is working well for him. You understand? So diversify, but not too early. Try and focus on the business you are currently doing. Ensure that it gets to a certain level that you can see that, okay, fine, it can stand on its feet before you diversify. Very important. Then outsource less favorite tasks. Figures, numbers don't really interest me. So I've hired an accountant who handles that, brings me the figures. I appreciate to see whether what I'm seeing on paper is reflecting in the account. So I'll outsource less favorite tasks. I have an IT person who is in Accra who manages my customer system for me. I have any difficulty, I fall on him. So try and outsource certain parts of the business so that you can have the time to effectively manage the core of the business. You can't do everything. Then the last thing is that you hire competent